Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to my FIFA 19 Liverpool career mode. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for the love and support on the channel. And as always, guys, at the start of these episodes, we're quickly going to recap on the previous. In the previous three games, were the quarterfinals against Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. We then had Brighton at home in the Premier League, which was the simulated game. And then we had Spurs away from home in the Premier League. But up first was Crystal Palace. And let me just say, Wilf Zaha turned up for Crystal Palace on the day. We did originally go 1-0 down. We brought it back to 1-1. And before you knew it, we found ourselves 2-1 down. No thanks to Wilf Zaha. We did go on to win that game 5-2 and qualify through to the next stages, which of course is the semi-finals of the FA Cup. So only two more rounds to go. The semi-finals and then the final. And then potentially another piece of silverware added to that trophy cabinet. Our trophy cabinet is getting very full at Anfield right now. We're certainly going to have to buy another one. Moving on, we had Brighton, the game we simulated in the Premier League. We were at home, so I was hopeful that the EA gods would be kind and give us that most important win, and that is exactly what happened. We went on to beat them 3-1. Sadly, didn't keep a clean sheet, but a victory is a victory, a W is a W, a win is a win. So 3-1 victory over Brighton, I'll take that any day of the week. And then the final game in the previous episode, we come up against Tottenham Hotspur. We come up against Spurs. We knew we had two jobs to do. Firstly, we had to beat them. Secondly, we had to deny Harry Kane scoring a goal. Sadly, on the day, we didn't do that. Number one, we did beat them 4-1. Mo Salah didn't get on the score sheet, which was a little bit gutting. And Harry Kane did score, which means Mo Salah continues to be on 14 goals in the Premier League, whereas Harry Kane has now grown it to 20 with a 6-goal gap. Hoping so much that in today's episode, as we move into the month of move into the month of April, where we have West Ham at home, which will be the first game in today's episode, which we will be simulating. We've then got Bayer Leverkusen in the quarterfinals, first leg of the Champions League, and then we've got Stoke City away from home. Now, of course, the West Ham game, because we're at home, I'm hopeful the EA gods will be kind, and because we're at Anfield, we have that bigger percentage that we will win a simulated game. We're then going to play Bayer Leverkusen and play Stoke, and I'm hoping against Stoke, Mo Salah can score. We're not playing him against West Ham. I'm probably going to bench him against Bayer Leverkusen, and I'm just going to hope that we can potentially score him against Stoke. In fact, as I've just been saying this now, I think I might change it up. I might play Mo Salah against West Ham, although he's not fully fit. I'll bench him against Bayer Leverkusen and then play him against Stoke. So he's got two chances in the Premier League to score, one being simulated and one being played. That's exactly what I'm going to do now, actually, guys. Before we even go any further, I'm going to put Mo Salah back into the squad. So let's bench Junior, and we will bring Mo Salah in. He's not fully fit, but hopefully it's a simulated game, so there's a good chance that he could score in that game. Obviously, by now, guys, you'll be seeing this video on, I keep checking the calendar so I know I'm keeping on top of it, Monday the 15th of July. So you guys should have last week seen a video on the 8th, which I know you did at this point, a video on the 10th, which I know you did at this point, and I'm recording on the 11th, which another video should be going out tomorrow on the 12th, Friday the 12th of July. So you guys have had a full week of my schedule back, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So you've had a full week of me uploading and giving you guys videos. Unfortunately, we're still down with subscribers. So guys, if you are a subscriber, or you were a subscriber, or you are watching this video now and you're not a subscriber, if you could hit that subscribe button, it would mean so much to me. You know, I've had a troubled 2 weeks. I had 1 week where it wasn't so troubled. I was away on holiday, celebrating my birthday, having a good time, recharging the batteries, coming back refreshed. And then I had a week after where, unfortunately, the new PC that I'd spent thousands on, the new editing software that cost me a couple of hundred, wasn't working, kept freezing, kept crashing. And then we just didn't get off to the best start. Right now, it's still not the best situation for me. Obviously, I'm recording on the new PC, then I'm taking the file, putting it on the old PC, and editing with the old software. And that's unfortunately why you guys are still hearing static and crackling, and sometimes the mic cuts in and cuts out. Unfortunately, I can't help that, guys. We found out that it was down to the editing software, and I found that out when I was using the old PC. But of course, you guys know I couldn't do anything about it, because if I'd have got the newer software like I did with the new PC, it would have been broke. So I'd have been back to the old software anyway. But I am looking at getting a brand new editing software. You guys know this. I've told you so many times now. I'm going to start practicing, start learning a brand new program. And then when I feel comfortable enough to be able to edit these videos at a reasonable time and not be struggling thinking, how do I do this? How do I do that? Once I have all the knowledge and I feel like I can edit the Liverpool career mode videos and any FIFA 19 videos and FIFA 20 videos, when I feel comfortable, then I will move it over to the new PC and do everything on it. And hopefully it should make my life a lot easier. But guys, up next, we got West Ham. We're at home, we're simulating the game, and this is the lineup we are going to be putting out against them. We've got Ryan Sessegnon on the left wing, Mbappe up top at striker position, Salah out on the right wing, Gino Wijnaldum linking up with Jordan Henderson in the central midfield role. A little deeper, we've got Sandro Tonali in the central defensive midfield, and then Tierney, Van Dijk, Jimenez and Semedo at the back, with Alisson between the sticks. Now, realistically, we're going into this game 19 points clear at the top of the Premier League. To shock you guys, this is episode 89. In the next episode, it's going to be episode 90, and we're going to be looking over the fan objectives for season 3. And then we're only going to have around 3, maybe at max 4 more episodes till we finish the career at Liverpool. We finish season 3, we hang up the suit and tie, we retire, and we start a brand new either road to glory or career mode that will take us from the point of finishing the Liverpool career mode 3 to FIFA 20 dropping. And guys, FIFA 20 is going to be massive for this channel, so hopefully you're all subscribed, you're dropping comments down below, you're dropping likes, because when we get to FIFA 20, the new fresh content is going to be massive, and I am super pumped for it. But let's go ahead now. 19 points clear. We don't really want to be dropping any points in today's episode. It's Stoke and it's West Ham in the Premier League. We should be beating both of them, and with that lineup, we should have no doubt that we should beat West Ham on paper, but it's down to the EA gods as these players warm up. Come on, lads, we've got to do a job here. Need to do a job. And we have kicked off 5 minutes in, 10 minutes fast approaching, 15 minutes in. Come on, lads, do something. 20 minutes in, Gino Wijnaldum scored. That's what we need. Good job, Genie. We need him to be scoring goals as well, because we've got a fan objective with him. We're now into the second half and nothing else has happened. I'd like to find Gino Wijnaldum finds a second goal. He's on for a brace, on for his hat-trick. Lanzini scores in the 60th minute for West Ham. This is not good. We need another goal, lads. We need another goal. And Sadio Mane scores that in the 81st minute. And we are going to go on as the referee blows his full-time whistle to beat the Hammers West Ham 3-1. What a great result. Gino Wijnaldum scoring 2 goals. You guys know we've got a fan objective called the Genie's Wish, which we will be discussing in the next episode. It's about Gino Wijnaldum getting 20 goals or assists combined. So we can get 10 assists, 10 goals. He can get 15 goals, 5 assists. As long as when we add his goals and assists, we combine them, it's 20 plus. Then we get to tick off that fan objective. He may well be very close to doing it now. I think he's got a fair few goals and a fair few assists. Right, guys, and here we are at match day. Now, for the first leg against Bayer Leverkusen in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, we are actually away from home. So away goals are going to be massive for us. But most importantly, I would like to potentially win this game by 3 or 4-0. And I'll explain why, guys. As we go over to the calendar, in the next episode, episode 90, we got the second leg against Bayer Leverkusen, but this time at home. We then got Manchester United at home in the Premier League, and we've also got Manchester United in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. So if we were to beat Bayer Leverkusen, let's say 4-0, I may well think about risking that game, the second leg, and simulating it, so we can then play the home game against Manchester United in the Premier League and also play the FA Cup game. Now, the only downfall is if we beat them 1 or 2-0, I can't risk simulating that game there, because if we simulate and lost 3-0, we're out of the tournament, we're out of the Champions League, and unfortunately it means we fail one of the fan objectives, which means you guys have no chance of winning any of the prizes. Whereas if we were to lose against Man United in the Premier League, it doesn't matter. We're 19 points clear. Potentially by the end of today's episode, maybe even more than 19 points clear. So we'd then have to obviously play the FA Cup game in the semi-finals, because again, we need to get through and win every trophy that we possibly can. So if we beat Bayer Leverkusen by a fair few goals, and I feel like it's an easy win, then potentially we can simulate the game against them in the second leg in the next episode. But we'll have to wait and see about what we do up next against them. But this is the lineup I am putting out. I've rotated it a little bit, but there's a few players that I've decided not to play because I want to make sure they're fully fit for the game up next against Stoke. But we've got Ryan Sessegnon out on the left wing, Bobby Firmino at striker, Junior out on the right wing, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain linking up with Naby Keita in the central midfield role. A little deeper, we've got Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, and then Tierney, Tar, Gomez and Semedo at the back, with Alisson between the sticks. Gomez, the young Englishman, Joe Gomez as centre-back, will be carrying the captain's armband for his first time ever in a Liverpool shirt, and hopefully he'll do wonders and be the leader and the leader of men that we need. But let's go ahead and travel to face off against Bayer Leverkusen, and hopefully get a decent win in this first leg. Come on, lads, we've got a game plan. We know that away goals are important, so scoring 3 or 4 could make the difference for us. I can't say I've ever played Bayer Leverkusen before. I don't think we've ever played them, so I have no idea what it's going to feel like playing against them. I know they've got some decent players. I know they're a very, very attacking team. Realistically, we know what we've got to do. We've got a game to do here. They've signed Chelsea's Rudiger, so he's going to be solid at the back for them. As Bayer Leverkusen kick us off in this first half period. Let's find the right passes here. Here's Bobby Firmino going to play it through now to Ryan Sessegnon. Sessegnon going to get the better of these defenders. Here he comes. Ryan Sessegnon dancing inside now to Bobby Firmino. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain back in the net. It's 1-0. Well, there's one away goal, and we need to hope for many more to come. The Ox rocking that baby to sleep as he puts Bayer Leverkusen into a losing position and putting us into a winning position with the first goal in today's game. Ball into Bobby Firmino, who plays it across to the Ox, who then finesses it in the top right corner. The first goal in the 21st minute. We need to keep looking for maybe another second by half time. Ball down now. Semedo's going to watch that one playing in. Semedo's nicely done. Gomez into Fabinho. This is nice. Up to the Ox. The Ox is going to ping one over the top now to Junior. I tell you what, if Sessegnon wants to get in behind here, we could have Sessegnon on the back post. Ball in. Sessegnon! It's just one goal. Let's get in there now. Sessegnon round to Bobby Firmino. Here goes Bobby Firmino now. Gonna wait for that run on the inside. Bobby Firmino playing it round to the Ox. The Ox trying to get there. The Ox does! It's on the crossbar. Junior to follow up, and he has them. It's 2-0 in the 33rd minute. Well, that's what we needed. The Ox, very, very unlucky to not score there. Takes a cheeky chip to beat the keeper. Whether he to beat the defender on the line. Bayer Leverkusen stuck a defender on the line there. You can see, backs up. But Junior was there to follow up on the volley to put us 2-0 up. And well, that 3 or 4-0 that I wanted in the first leg might just be about to happen. Out wide now to Sessegnon. It's not going to happen. We're not going to feed that ball through. Big shot there from Rabiot, and it's just over the bar. I don't think we're going to find another goal by half time, but to be going in at half time with a 2-0 lead, I am very happy with that. I think I'm just going to pass it around at the back, and as we play the ball to Gomez, the referee is going to blow for half time. We're 2-0 up. It's a great start. It's 2 away goals. As long as Bayer Leverkusen don't score and we potentially push for another or maybe even a second, I think we're in a great position here to potentially look at simulating that second leg at home against Bayer Leverkusen. But as Bobby Firmino kicks us off in the second half, we know we have to look for a second, or sorry, a third, a fourth, maybe even a fifth. We just need to make sure we can do that. Lovely bit of footwork there from the Ox. Here comes Semedo now. Semedo's going to go out wide. In fact, we're going to go straight through to Mbappe now. Here's Mbappe, a little bit of skill, going to lay it off now to Coutinho, who's coming in. Sessegnon's there for the overhead kick, big save there from the keeper. Well, that would have been a nice goal to add to the tally. Semedo round to Junior, this is nice, come on Junior. Let's pull it back, dance his way into the inside. Here's the Ox on the edge of the box, the Ox gets a shot off, big save there. Coutinho going to chase this one down, try and keep it alive, he has done. And no, he's actually put it out and the referee's now going to blow for full time. I sadly don't think the 2-0 in the first leg, although 3 technically nil because of away goals, I don't think that is enough. I said I wanted 3 or 4 goals in that first leg to maybe think about simulating it. I don't think 2 goals from the Ox and Junior are going to cut it for us. So I think from how that game was played out, we're probably going to have to play the second leg, and we're definitely going to have to simulate the home game against Manchester United. Not realistically the move I wanted to do, but 2-0 I just don't think it's enough. Bayer Leverkusen could easily score 3 goals when they come to Anfield. They've got some great players in there. They've made some amazing signings. They've got the likes of Ruben Neves, Adrian Rabiot. They've got, who else did they bring on? They brought on Mario Götze. They've got, who else did they have? Havertz. They've got Rudiger at the back. Sven Bender. Gulam. They've got some great players and I don't see why they couldn't come to Anfield and score 3 goals. But then again, we're at home. I'll have to probably think about it, guys, and make my decision in episode 90. But right now we need to get back to the Central and get ready to face off against Stoke City. Right, guys, and here we are at match day, about to face off against Stoke City away from home. I have 2 massive things to tell you guys. Number one, we have now grown the gap to 22 points clear. Chelsea must have lost their last game. We are 22 points clear after 31 games, which means one thing, and you guys are about to see it right there. Liverpool crowned Premier League champions. We've won the Premier League once again. Myself and Mbappe sat alongside the league trophy. Now, my only worry here, guys, is I won it after I beat West Ham. That was a simulated game at home. Now, normally what happens is if I was to win the Premier League away from home now against Stoke, we would actually see us winning the trophy in the next home game. I'm not sure because I simulated the game against West Ham and give us the guaranteed win of the Premier League, whether the next time we play a home game, we're actually going to see the trophy or not. I'll be a little bit disappointed if we won't, because this is my last season at Liverpool and I would have loved to have seen Van Dijk lift another trophy in season 3. He's lifted so many trophies this season already. It would have been lovely to see him lift the Premier League once again, because this now is our 3rd consecutive Premier League win. We've won the Premier League all 3 seasons on the bounce, which is absolutely phenomenal. Unfortunately, Eden Hazard has scored a goal as well and got up to 50, and Harry Kane scored again, who now finds himself on 21. Which means Mo Salah is 7 goals behind Harry Kane. If he wants that golden boot in the last 7 games, he needs to score 7 goals. I'm just not sure he's capable of doing it, if I'm completely honest. Start of the season, mid-season, unbelievable. This last quarter of the season, he's not been so great. The last third of the season, it's just not been that great. He hasn't been his normal self. I am starting him against Stoke, and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. I'm also now, this is the difficult decision, guys. We were talking before about, do I simulate the Bayer Leverkusen game and play United at home? That game against United, we could be lifting the trophy. Until I play my next home game, which I rarely play home games, I may not get to see Van Dijk lift the Premier League trophy. So I'm in a bit of a predicament. Let's have a look. If we go past episode 90, what are we doing then? So we've got Norwich away, Arsenal at home, and Leicester away. So we would simulate Norwich. Oh, what do we know? We'd probably play... Oh, see, this is where it gets difficult because there's 2 away games there. We'd simulate Norwich because that's probably the easier away game between Norwich and Leicester. We'd play Arsenal at home, play Leicester at home. Maybe in that Arsenal game, because it's our next home game that we've actually played, then we'll be crowned champions and given the trophy. But I'm just a little bit worried because, well, we've already been in the papers and myself and Mbappe are sat there with the trophy next to us. So have we already won the trophy? A little bit disheartened if that is the case, but you know what? We've seen it plenty of times. We've celebrated it plenty of times. I suppose it's just one of those things. But as we move over to the squad that I am putting out against Stoke, we've got Sadio Mane out on the left wing, Mbappe at striker, Salah out on the right wing, Gini Wijnaldum linking up with Naby Keita in the central midfield role, Jordan Henderson a little deeper in the central defensive midfield, and then Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez and Trent at the back with Alisson between the sticks. You can see Naby Keita is not fully fit. Mbappe is getting his first Premier League start for Liverpool. We've got Salah and Mane up top of him. Hopefully them 3 can score many goals. Hopefully coming from the left foot of Mo Salah. And then we've also got Gomez, who's not fully fit. I will look at taking him off. We've had to bring Henderson in at CDM position because unfortunately Fabinho is not fit after that game against Bayer Leverkusen. But let's get into this game against Stoke City. We're away from home. We need a win. We need Mo Salah to score. I honestly believe if he doesn't score in this episode and he doesn't score in the next 1st or 2nd Premier League game in the next episode, he's not going to catch Harry Kane. He needs to score at least 2 in this game if he's got any chance of winning that golden boot and catching Harry Kane. Come on, lads. We're against Stoke here. This should be a walk in the park. I feel like we've already played Stoke this season and we did struggle against them. If I cast my memory back, I think we did struggle against them. I think they did score 1 or 2 goals. Look at that goal there, 65. Wow.
The league title has been decided.
Commentators there talking about the league title.
The big event
has
of the day,
been decided.
Be the presentation.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking there about
We've seen
presentation.
so many performances that got
Do we
them
get
to
it
the
away
top
from
of the
home?
table.
I thought you only got the
We
trophy,
might
the
not
Premier League
quite see the
trophy.
intensity
Either
of those
at
previous
home, your next
displays,
home
but I
game
think
after
you
you've
can
won
forgive
it,
them for that.
or if the last game of the season was away from home,
Good luck. Cheers.
then
Thanks.
that's potentially we'd win it. Obviously, if the last game away from home, we have to win it to win the Premier League, we'd get it away from home. But I didn't think an away from home game would get us the trophy. But never mind, guys. We're potentially, if we win this game, going to be crowned, or regardless, we're going to be crowned champions, win, lose or draw. as Stoke City kick us off in this first half
The Stoke
period.
City team here.
It's Gino Wijnaldum over now to Sadio Mane.
It's Mane.
Robertson pings one in
Gets
now
his
towards
cross in.
Mbappe. There it is.
For him.
Thought Mo Salah was going to get to it, but Mbappe has broke his duct.
Yeah, and give him
He's
credit.
been a
He
few
kept plugging away in
games
these
without
matches.
scoring.
Finally, he has
It's a
it
beautiful
all.
ball in from Robbo,
Liverpool have got the goal.
and Mbappe is on the end of it to head that one home. Leapt like a salmon out of water and heads that one past Jack Butland for his third goal in the Premier League.
Liverpool have that.
Ball kicked out. Henderson's on that one.
Away by the
Is
defender.
Mbappe going out now to Mo
Mohamed
Salah?
Salah.
Mo Salah gonna just
Good
can't
press
get off
from-
to a good start.
That's
Mo
half-time.
Salah really
Signalled by
struggling
the referee.
out
1-0
on that
half-time
right wing
score.
position. I've decided it may be a bit of a risk because we still need to get the win and win the trophy. But I'm going to actually bring Salah into the middle of the park. I'm going to put Mbappe out on the right wing. Mbappe is a right winger. He can play at right wing and also strike it as well as right mid. Mo Salah can only play at right wing, but I am going to bring him into the middle of the park. I'm then going to bring Coutinho on in that central midfielder. Hopefully Gini and Coutinho can help Salah get in behind. Mbappe's making great runs. I just have to hope that Mo Salah can do the same as he kicks us off into this second
It's
half.
Liverpool's
And
game to win,
hopefully
really.
we can
Now
score
they've
some
got
more
the,
goals and
lead
Mo
at
Salah
half-time.
can get on that very
They
important
go for the
score
second
sheet.
half.
Mo Salah is down injured. Please get up, Mo. We can't afford him to be out, otherwise he's got no chance of getting that golden boot. I'm hoping he's going to get up, and he's up here.
How they love to
Here's
play on
Kite's
the
coming
break.
forward. It's 1-1.
There it is, the equaliser.
Oh, that's not
If you
the
thought
result I
that the
wanted to be
favoured
happening
team
so
scoring
quick.
would kill them off,
Into
you'd
the
be
second
wrong.
half, Mo
They've
Salah
roared
is
again.
injured.
Yeah, and it's great to see.
He's
isn't
got
it?
a
team
medic
like
sign
this
next
stick
to him. He's
together
picked
and
up an
really get
injury.
Now, here's
Up
a
to Mo
chance to get
Salah.
at the opposition.
Through now to Mane. Mane coming
puts them in
forward.
front here.
Give it into Mo Salah. Mo Salah! No! Henderson?
Strange
No.
was that one, Alan, because he looked as though he was going
I mean,
for
I give it to
accuracy,
Mo
but
Salah on a
totally
plate
inaccurate
there.
in the end.
On a plate.
Decision was,
And he still
nowhere
can't
to be
score.
seen there.
How have we not scored from that chance there with Mo Salah?
But Alisson,
Of Alisson, luckily enough, let's throw this one out to Mo Salah, who's going to play it straight through
Good
now to
vision
Mane,
here.
and here we go.
looks the
If
goalkeeper
Mbappe
in the
wants
eye.
to get in behind quickly, which he should do, play it in. Mbappe! It's in the back of the net. Mbappe's going to brace. And I just feel like even if Mo Salah was playing in that right wing position, he wouldn't have been quick enough to get in behind. Mo Salah is not got his scoring boots on and hasn't for a while. We've got 3 minutes to find Mo Salah the goal. Is it going to happen? Yes or no?
Short with it.
Up to Philippe Coutinho. Inside now to Jordan Henderson. Anderson to Liska. Here we go, Mo Salah! Yes! Finally! It's took him enough time, but in the 89th minute, he flexes his muscles and finds a goal. Is this going to put him into a scoring...
Almost an air of, well, we expected this when the goal was...
Oh, I don't even know the word for it. A scoring
Extravagant. I think they know
run.
they're the better side
Is he
than
going to
they
start
expected.
scoring after he finally scores?
Swagger to their play.
They're probably going to go for goalie. We need to probably get someone quite tall on the line. I'm going to go with Andy Robbo, who's probably not the tallest, but we've got a lot of tall men. It's over the bar anyway. And the referee's going to blow for full time. We beat Stoke 3-1 and Mo Salah does score.
Win confirmed for Liverpool.
Is the Premier League trophy about to come out?
Good attacking play.
Jack
Watching the sing
Butland
stuff
not
for the
looking too happy
spectators.
at all.
It's what the game's all about.
Yeah, there's nothing better.
Here's the Premier League trophy coming out. It doesn't look like it is, if I'm completely honest. Mo Salah, 5 attempts, only 1 in the back of the net. It's not good enough. No, the Premier League title is not coming out now. The commentator said to guarantee the trophy we have to beat Stoke. We'd already guaranteed the trophy. We've beat Stoke. Maybe it is our next home game, which if we were to beat Man United, well, what a time to bring out the trophy after beating the Red Devils, the Manx, and then we bring out the trophy in front of them as we go on to win the Premier League. That would be the one. 10 shots, 9 on target. Mo Salah had plenty of chances, only managed to put 1 home. But I'm just glad he managed to put 1 home. Right guys, and here we are back at the Central for the final time in today's episode. I've advanced all the way to the next game. The first game in the next episode is going to be against Bayer Leverkusen for the second leg in the quarterfinals. We're at Anfield, and I don't know whether to simulate this game and play the 2 United games, one in the Prem and one in the FA Cup, or whether we have to play the Leverkusen game because we don't want to risk getting knocked out of the Champions League because we just won the Premier League. That's regardless now. I am going to take a look to see how many points we are clear. In fact, we'll go and do that now before we end today's episode. We'll go over to the standings, change it up to the Premier League. And wow, we've grown it to 24 points clear, which means Chelsea must have drew their last game. If we have a little look at Chelsea, yeah, they drew 1-1 to Burnley and they must have lost their game before that. They did. They lost 2-1 to Norwich. Oh, they lost 2-1 to Norwich and then drew 1-1 to Burnley. Chelsea are in a bit of a spiral downhill right now, whereas us, we're still going strong and we're playing absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. We are 19 wins. Oh, wrong person, sorry. I was looking at Chelsea. We are 28 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. We've already been crowned the champions of the Premier League. We've got a goals for. We've scored 90 goals. We're probably going to break 100 goals this year. And we've only conceded 23. Unbelievable. So we have 6 games to go. So 6 times 3 is 18. We've got a potential another 18 points up for grabs. We already currently have 86 plus the 18. It will be 104. We can potentially finish on 104 points if we win all of our games, which I think we finished on 104 in Season 2, to be honest. And I think we also got 104 goals. So we could be not far off that. Right now we've got goals 90.86. So we're ahead with goals right now. But as we go and look at the games in the next episode, we know we've got Bayer Leverkusen for the second leg. We've then got Man United at home and Man United in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. I really, really, really want to simulate the Bayer Leverkusen game and then play the game at home against United and hopefully then lift the Premier League trophy and then go on to beat them in the semi-finals of the FA Cup and bag ourselves a place in the final of the FA Cup. But I just don't know if it's worth risking. Do you know what, guys? Let me know down below in the comment section. Should we play the Bayer Leverkusen game or should we play the Manchester United game in the Premier League at home? You guys decide which one we should play. Also, if you know if I win that home game or play that home game regardless, I'll lift that trophy, then I think maybe seeing us lift the trophy in Season 3 is important. I also think we could, I suppose, lift it in the episode after that against Arsenal at home instead and make sure we get through to the next stages, the semi-finals of the Champions League. It's a difficult one. I'll have a think about it, but if you guys can let me know down below with some comments what you think. And guys, if you're watching this video right now and you don't usually leave a comment and you are new to the channel or you've been here a long time and you just don't normally leave comments, drop a comment down below, introduce yourself, say hello, talk to me about what you've been doing in your week, what you're doing in school, what you're doing in college, what you've been doing in your job, talk about FIFA, talk about this career mode. Chat to me down below in the comment section, guys. But that is going to be for today's episode. And if you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below. If you're new around here, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And I've been Massive Brad. Peace out.